Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Sanilanda and today I'll be teaching you on how to remove anything or everything in your photo using Photoshop. Hit intro. The only reason why we remove some elements in the picture is simply because it's a distraction. In the beauty shot, we normally remove the pimples, lines, the unwanted hair that's being scattered on the face. And there are many ways on how to remove them. I used to use patch tool and clone stamp tool, but right now I'm going to show you on how to use ContentAware Fill. First things first, every time you open an image, make sure you duplicate the first layer of your image. To do that, press Command J if you're using a Mac or Control J if you're using a PC. Next, in this particular picture, we are going to get rid of all the trees behind our model. So we are going to get rid of this and this, and we are also getting rid of this. Okay, now to do that, as I mentioned earlier, we are going to use the ContentAware Fill. Now to do that, we need to select. We are going to use lasso tool. So click on lasso tool and then select the image that you wanted to get rid of. Like this in here, I am going to select all these trees down all the way here. And like here, part of the model's arm and clothes, you can also make sure you can also have it selected. Once it's selected, go to edit and then ContentAware Fill, and then a new window will come out. Now if you can see here, the selected image that we selected is not highlighted in green, and the rest of it are highlighted in green. It means that this image that we selected, this is going to get a sample of all this part of the image highlighted in green. But we only need the blue sky to use as a sample. So what we need to do is we need to get rid of all this color and leave the sky selected as color green as a sample. To do that, we just go on or select on the sampling brush tool and then just brush out this part of the image, the model and all the trees and the grass below the model, and just leave the sky because that is what we need. Now this part of the image is selected, the blue. That means the images that we selected will be turned into color blue. Now this color can be changed. You can change this color green to any color you like. You can have it to change to red, blue, yellow, or any color you like, but I'm going to use the default color green because it doesn't really matter whatever color you use. Now once it's done, click OK and let Photoshop do its job. Now if you can see here, it's done. Photoshop already it really did not get rid of it. It just selected out part of the image that we selected, and then they changed the color to blue because it's right here. If you like select it, if you hide it, make it invisible, so it's still there. Now since we selected part of the model's arm, if you can see here, so we need to get rid of it. To do that, we are going to mask it out. Okay, now we are going to mask out the this part of the model. To do that, we are going to first is you need to hide this so we can see what we're working at, and then we are going to use the pen tool. But first, zoom in and then press P if you want to use the pen tool, or it's just right here, the pen tool. Now the next step is we are going to trace it out all the way up to where you can no longer see part of the image that you wanted to remove. Now that we have traced out part of that model's clothes, we are going to select out like this, and then right click, make selection, and then press OK. Now since we have selected the model itself, and then part of it is already it's selected out, go back here and click visible. Now the next step is go to this layer on where you wanted to remove. We need to get rid of this. So make sure this is selected and press delete. And now if you can see, part of the model is cleaned out. But this you can also, like I said, you need to be really careful on masking or selecting out using the pen tool. Like in this one, see, like in this one, it's not very clean, but you have to be really careful on selecting it out in order for you to get a clean selection of your model, of your subject. We are going to clean out the image that we selected. If you can see here, you can see some blue, like extremely dark, a darker blue color right here. We are going to clean it out. And to do that, we are going to use patch tool. It's right here, patch tool. And then make sure this is selected, and then just select the image that you wanted to clean out. From here to here, and then just drag it down. Once it's done, you can see it's part of it is cleaned. Now this part is still not clean. Again, do the same procedure. Use the patch tool and then drag this down. Now it's getting better. Now next is this part of the image is not clean. You can use the patch tool and drag it right here. Do it also like in this part of the picture and drag it right here. Now do the same, repeat this procedure until everything is clean. Now the problem with this one, if you can see, there's a different color right here. It's color pink. We can get rid of that using a brush tool. Now to do that, we need to get a sample color. We need to get a sample color from here. So from brush tool, just press option and then click on anywhere you want, in any color that you wanted to use on. If you can see here, our foreground is red. Once you press Alt and click right here, now this color from red it turned to blue. Now the next step that you need to do is just to brush it off. Brush the color off, like this one. Make sure your opacity is in 50 and your brush hardness is about like 25%, between 25 and 30%. And then you can start brushing off the color. If you can see, we're starting to get rid of all those unwanted color. Also in this part, oops. So from here, we're going to get a sample color from right here. So you need to change the color. Like this. Okay, I'm not going to like do it really well because I wanted to like save a lot of time in editing this picture. I'm just showing you how it's done. So if you are going to do this by yourself, if you are getting paid to do this, make sure it's really clean. In order to do that, just you need to zoom all the way in, and then clean it out like in this way, like this, like this, in this way. It's getting there. The next step is we are going to clean this out, this part of the image. Now we are going to clean this out. To do that, the first step is we need to level this. To do that, we can use the rectangular marquee tool and select this from here to here, like this, and then press delete. Now it's leveled. The next step is we are going to, oops, forgot this. Okay, the next step is it's too obvious that it's like we deleted it, like it's being deleted. in a straight line. So what we need to do is we are going to use the smudge tool just to make sure, yeah, it's a smudge tool, and we can just scribble this up and down so it will not be very obvious. Next, next step, we are going to get some part of this grass, and we are going to duplicate it. To do that, we can click right here, patch tool, and then select this part of the image from here all the way here, and press Command J. Once you do that, if you can see here, we have created a new layer of the image that we just selected. If you can see, this is the one that we just created. We are going to move this all the way up here, just like this. Make sure it's leveled. Control T or Command T and level it like this, and then press enter. Next is we are going to duplicate it. Press Alt and then or Option, and then drag it to the this side of the image, so it will be leveled. Next is we are going to get rid of this. We are going to remove this. We can use the eraser tool like this. Just make sure your hardness could be around 34, between 34 and 40. Well, it's up to you. And just erase it to show the model's dress or gown. Something like this. Now, if you can see here, there's a hard edge right here, because these are two images that we just created. We need to make it softer so it will not be very obvious. We can fix that using a brush tool, and then change your hardness all the way down, and then just erase the edge of it. Just erase edge of it. The edge of this, somewhere here from here, so it will not be very obvious. Just like this. And you can see here also, that's the edge. Just clean it out using a brush tool. Select this. Now, something like that. Now we are getting there. The next step is we need to select these two images that we just created all the way to the blue color that we created, and then press Command E to merge them all together. Command E or Control E. Once you've done that, you can see here it's all grouped as one. And then duplicate it just to make sure, in case you did something wrong, you will still have it. So you have here the duplicate. We are not going to touch that, but we are going to work on this. You can hide this for now. Okay, the next step is it's still obvious that this is being selected out. So we are going to clean that out. Again, we are going to use a smudge tool, and we are going to make this a bit blurred, so it will not be very obvious that it's being selected out. Remember, this part of the image is it's all the way far at the far end, so this should be really blurred in order for us to have a very realistic image. Move that here. Okay, once it's done, repeat the same process on this side of the image, and it should look like this. Now I made some adjustment in the brightness, contrast, and the color, so that's why it's a bit different now. If you can see the before and after, it should be like this. So I made it a bit brighter. I changed the color of the sky a bit brighter. The color, I changed the hue and saturation. So it's up to you on whatever other changes you wanted to do. So it should be like this. And that's it. It's that simple. You can now apply this new technique to any of your picture. If you have any question, just comment down below. And please do not forget to like and subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet. See you in my next video, and be safe.